We know that AI is biased, right? We all agree that AI is biased, okay? Because basically it eats, the beast eats from our trash, and this is what it learns, and our trash is biased. So let's move to now. What are our worries about AI at the moment? So what we see in my group and in general in the ecosystem of security are two kind of distinct ways of looking at AI in security, or the way attackers are, let's call it nicely, engaging with AI in order to attack. So the first one is the use of AI for automation, okay? The same way each and every person here wants to harness the power of AI, and of course there's a lot of power there. Hackers do the same thing. We'll talk about it in a second. The second side of it is actually abuse the attack surface, okay? When you are using AI components, LLMs, datasets, whatever, bots, MCPs, these are new components in your software. New components means, for an attacker, means new doors. It means new doors, new windows, another way to climb in and try to do something. And I think this is the interesting part that we need to remember through all my talk. We need to remember that AI is just the new technology, and the new technology is where attackers like to be. Is everyone familiar with the hype cycle? The hype cycle is basically used for business to understand when something is worth getting into or putting your money on. We attackers have our own hype cycle. Let's see how that looks like. So this is tech from a hacker perspective, okay? Keep in mind that the latest one is AI, but it was also the same when web was introduced in 2000 and open source introduced and APIs and everything. Let's go a bit into that. So it starts with a technology that's being introduced, okay? Someone has a good idea, sometimes it's bad, someone has an idea, and it goes out. The next part is obviously buzzwords. We love buzzwords. Buzzwords is what makes our industries roll, and this is great, and this is what brings in the early adopters. Early adopters are obviously very important, but there are not many. So this is where hackers are kind of starting to look what's going on, but this is not worth our time yet. After we have early adopters, we actually have business adoption, because we're starting to see what things are complete crap, and what things actually have some sense in them. And after the business adoption, we have another kind of business adoption, and this is where hackers start to abuse. Because this part is where we are starting to use the technology, sometimes, honestly, without really understanding it, without understanding the implications, without understanding what's happening behind the scenes. And security is all those things. Security is understanding how things might break. And to understand how things might break, you need to understand how things work. And this is where hackers are really good, because it's easier to learn how to break something because you need to break it once. And this is what we do, and we learn technology very quickly, and it's also okay if we fail. It doesn't affect our KPIs. So this is where hackers excel, and this is where they get into the picture.